Okay, wow, 14 out of 15, top of the hour. We are live at top of the hour at 4 o'clock. I am a little late. I am sorry. I have been using that Microsoft Windows 10 video editing software, and it's been working pretty good so
Doc
far.
Holland Daisy. The dings I come a running. Emaudatus. Hey nay. Lisa Fearney. Hi nay.
What's up, guys? All right. Bong rip for top of the hour. How about that? No long up.
Tula Rose.
Ice cream truck.
Nay, nay.
Ice cream truck. That's True Black. I almost grabbed the wrong thing. Oh my god. Saltwater OG. I will smoke some
Tula Rose.
saltwater
Meow.
OG now. Why does it feel like it's got seeds in it? Like seeds.
Doc Holland Daisy. Time for the show.
Tula, hi. Lisa, cool. I'm Adidas. All right, time for show. All right. Cheers. Top of the hour.
Emaudatus. I rip my fresh lemon haze from the Dutchies with you. Doc Holland Daisy. Beasley. 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 Doc Holland Daisy. Cheers.
Cheers. So I've been editing, and so far I've got 24 minutes of video. And it's just me straight destroying Jimmy Dore. No fluff, no bullshit. It just goes from point to point to point. And I do let it run. You know, there's like minute runs, minute and a half. There's a 2-minute run. And there's an 11-minute run. Or is that 11 seconds? No, it's 11-minute run. Those are the clips all put together. You guys want to see what I have so far? I think that this... Okay.
Doc Holland Daisy. I love no fluff.
I just got to remember that I got up to 24:30. Okay, well, this won't waste your time. This just cuts right to the chase of everything I've been talking about. I know you guys have seen it the last few days and all, and it starts out blurry, but it'll get clear after a few seconds. So you got to I just wanted to make my first points, and I know it was blurry. It's kind of stupid, but at the same time, this is the video as is right now. 24 minutes worth of just
and also, Manu, based
of
on
me
this
just
reporting,
fucking killing it.
We
what
need a
does
Nay
this all
says
mean
fuck
for
you compilation.
Trump aide Tony Ornato, who apparently
Doc
You need a
Holland
Nay
Daisy.
says fuck you
and is
compilation?
Let's
also
see it.
disputing this testimony from Hutchinson.
We've already got
it's
one.
not
Emaudatus.
clear exactly what
Show
Renato
what ya
will
got.
say if he does agree to testify.
Do you think I'm Adidas doesn't know that we've already got a Trendy As Dabbers compilation of me saying fuck you over and over again, guys? I'm Adidas. Have you not seen it?
Under oath, we've only heard from unnamed officials who say they dispute that he relayed the story to.
Exactly. And yet Jimmy Dore is going around saying that her story was debunked.
Emaudatus.
And you know
We
what?
already
what,
got that
what
out.
usually debunking is referring to? Myths and legends. That's what debunking usually is. Like when someone says they saw a UFO, you debunked, you prove that it was bullshit, right? This girl didn't get debunked by anybody. Not at all. And it's just funny that that's Jimmy Dore's choice of words, isn't it? She didn't get debunked. She did not get debunked. This guy hasn't said shit in front of a fucking grand jury or I'm sorry, in front of a committee. Not shit. Not one peep. Interesting, right?
To describe
And yet, there was a freeze there, but I probably should edit that out. She's already been debunked. 10 seconds it could take out. I'll edit that out. I'll edit that later. I got to remember that. Surrounded by Keith says, fuck Dore in the first clip. Dude, let me say something about Jimmy Dore. On certain levels, I totally agree with you. Fuck Dore. Hey, Surrounded by Keith, I totally agree with you, man. On certain levels, man, there's certain things that he covers where I'm just like, he's not making any sense. And his wife and his buddy Kurt Metzger sits there and lets him just, and they agree and they pile on, man. And he's not making any sense. And, you know, don't get me wrong here, guys. I love Ron Placone. I love Graham Elwood. I think it's interesting that you don't see them on his show anymore. But, I don't get the same bullshit from Ron Placone and Graham Elwood that I hear out of Jimmy Dore's mouth. I wonder if that has anything to do with their lack of an appearance on his show.
You guys should send this to Ron and Graham, let them hear that.
Yes men, Kurt Metzger and Jackson Hinkle, the two yes boys that'll just sit there and laugh and pile on for Jimmy.
It's about to clear up.
Crazy, huh?
It's about to clear up.
Doc Holland Daisy.
There it goes.
I think that's interesting too,
And
Nick.
David K. Johnston, a Pulitzer Prize winning
2 minutes, 30 seconds in, it gets clear.
Oh,
for
look at
more
that.
than 30 years.
Former Secret Service agent. So it's like, Secret Service agents can't ever talk to the press or the public, and blah, 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 blah. Secret Service would never do that. Secret Service. Oh, there's an ex-Secret Service agent. There he is right there. On CNN.
So what you got? You've
giving
never
his
seen the
opinion.
Fuck You compilation.
Like I said, I was just doing that. I'm like,
Everybody's
whatever.
seen it.
They can't talk to the public.
Years. Ellie, so you have these two different Secret Service sources telling a very similar account to what Cassidy Hutchinson
And
testified
meanwhile,
to about the SUV.
oh, there's all these Secret Service sources. Oh, but they'll never talk to the public or the press. Oh, yeah, but all of a sudden there's all these sources from the Secret Service. Huh. It just seems like you didn't know what you were talking about yesterday, doesn't it? It's kind of like this, kind of like I'm glad I brought this up because it kind of disproves everything that you fucking said yesterday.
Right.
That's funny.
How does this add to the picture?
What happened, but Tony Ornato told me this story about Trump sort of having this tantrum and lunging for the steering
Bald,
wheel.
cue ball looking
inside the
motherfuckers
SUV.
trying to get
You had
laid.
Tony Ornato, not under oath, that you spoke to
I wonder if it
people
worked.
saying no such thing ever happened, and she essentially made that up out of whole cloth. Well, now we're learning that a story that's substantially similar, not identical, but quite similar to what Cassidy Hutchinson said, has been circulating and well-known inside Secret Service. And that is strong corroboration for Cassidy Hutchinson.
Corroboration.
Zoom out
Now,
one level,
I want you guys to remember
Cheers.
that
I'll smoke
word.
to this.
Corroboration. Okay? Now,
Been corroborated.
Cassidy Hutchinson's story has been corroborated by more Secret Service agents that heard the same story. Jimmy Dore, Mr. She's Been Debunked, bullshit.
key aspects of what
How
Hutchinson
am I-
testified to that Trump knew that crowd was
How am I
Commodities.
smarter than Jackson Hinkle,
Cheers.
Steph Zamorano, Kurt Metzger, and Jimmy Dore? How am I smarter than all four of them put together? Yet they have millions of viewers and I have 11. Isn't that funny?
that he pointed them towards
Yeah,
the
go
Capitol,
watch Jimmy
that
Dore
he
then.
desperately wanted to go to the Capitol.
Go watch more
Those
Jimmy Dore and don't
remain
watch me.
uncontested and strongly corroborated.
No, I had one plate.
So, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see for this other Secret Service agent to come out
Yeah.
and testify under oath and give his story. And meanwhile, we've got like
Miss Bitch to
3
you.
Secret Service,
Hey, nay.
at least, no, was it? Well, now we've got, 3 Secret Service agents that have repeated the same story. Let them come out and tell their sides
You
too.
can even give him that plate from Mark.
You know?
It's
There's
good
no
food,
secrets in
no,
the
I'm
Secret
telling you,
Service.
it's all
It don't
real
sound
good.
as tight as everybody's trying to make them sound in the chat yesterday. Isn't that funny?
It's not.
Oh, the Secret Service! The Secret Service! There's no secrets in the Secret Service. The agents, is the first thing he said. Well, for one thing, there's no secrets in the Secret Service. They're not as tight as you wish they were, motherfuckers. It's hilarious.
Miss Bitch
Miss
to you.
Bitch, hey!
Just in time for Happy 410.
Happy
So,
420. Happy 710, I mean.
Yeah, it looks like there's no secrets in the Secret Service, so we're going to get to hear from several of these Secret Service people. And
This moves along
you
pretty
guys
quick,
will be
doesn't
able to
it?
judge for yourselves whether or not
You guys like all the cuts?
Cassidy Hutchinson
No
has been
bullshit, no
debunked or
fluff.
not. And then you can look at Jackson Hinkle, Kurt Metzger, Steph Zamorano,
It's
and
just me just throwing down.
Jimmy Dore for an apology that they owe everybody. You know, as soon as it happens, they'll owe everyone an apology, and they'll never go back to it.
I
They'll
had
just
no
walk
idea that
away
the
from it
software
like
was
it never happened.
on Windows.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that dumbass even mentioned ivermectin today on his stupid fucking show. The same thing that I think I'm
This is
talking
funny.
about. He mentioned that. It was the same show. Was it the same? Was talking about the same thing? Maybe not. Maybe in another Jimmy Dore. I don't know. But it was another recent one. And he keeps mentioning that. Like, he has not seen any of the science that says it hasn't done anything. He's still just going on the Joe Rogan science, you know? Because Joe Rogan took this one thing with, 20 other things. We threw the kitchen sink at it. But it was that one thing that did it, right, Jimmy?
So,
We got a lot to talk about, man. So,
here we go.
I watched,
Here's the next day.
a Jimmy Dore video this morning, and it was
7
Steph,
minutes of the first day.
Jackson,
Miss Bitch to
Kurt,
you.
and Jimmy.
410 what?
7:10. 7:10.
And
7:10.
the other one I watched was U.S. Spy
7:10,
Operation on social media revealed by
7:10.
Jimmy Dore. I saw that one too. And I don't think that's the same video. That's the one about, but that's the one where he makes the comment about ivermectin near the end of it. So he had said debunked, and all of a sudden he's removed
Miss Bitch
the
to
word
you.
debunked, but he says it.
Happy 710.
Happy 7:10.
It's like he doesn't understand the definition.
This
of
is
certain
Webflow.
words.
Meet the design tool from the future. The most powerful visual code.
If Jimmy would
On
just,
your parent.
when he's going to use a word like debunked, if he would just go look up what the word means, he'd realize he's using the wrong word. If he'd say refute, he'd be using the correct word. If he would use the word dispute, he would be using the correct word. Right?
Like, hey, did you see that
No, but
testimony
he
for the
knows
thing?
what
I'm like, no, I
debunk
don't follow
means.
January 6th. Like, how could you not follow that? I'm like, because it's all bullshit. And they're like, no, his own blah, blah, blah.
Because it's all
Miss Bitch
bullshit.
to
You
you.
don't follow it. So how can you have
I was
commentary
laughing at
and
myself.
opinion on it, Jimmy? This
Calling
is my
myself a
problem
nut
with
for
you,
typing in 410.
is you're going to go right now, you're going to smear this woman, Cassidy Hutchinson. You're going to smear her for 33 minutes with these two people and your wife. The four of you are going to smear this woman, and you just said you're not watching the testimony. It's an abomination that you do these uploads, that you do them based on things that you refuse to watch and claim
Treasure
to be
Coast
an expert
Waters.
on all of it.
Hello, hope
You know?
everybody's getting
And I
fucking
don't
high
understand
cho.
why the other three don't call you out on
Treasure
bullshit.
Coast Waters.
When I
Cheers,
returned
son.
to the White House, I walked
Cheers.
upstairs towards the Chief of Staff's office, and I noticed Mr. Renato lingering outside of the office. Once we had made eye contact, he quickly waved me to go into his office, which was just across the hall from mine.
We watched this testimony. I just want to make a couple of things clear. Nick, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Been missing you in the shows. First of all, he's taking excerpts of her testimony. She testified for quite some time. I don't know if it was for more than an hour.
That's a good point. It's
I
a
think
good
it
point.
was. And that is something that Jimmy Dore and no one else on the show is taking into consideration.
Happy 7:10.
That she was there for a long period of time, and maybe the fact that she was monotone or droning on or had a smile on her face or whatever was just the stress of having to do what she was doing, was just the monotony of it,
When I went in, he shut the door, and I noticed Bobby Angle, who is the head of
When she said that, I thought we're in
or
for
the
a Matt
stress
Lauer
of having to
moment.
do it.
Yeah, it's a Me Too moment.
Yeah, I was like, when he shut the door, I was like, oh no!
He had a button under his desk.
Mr. Trump's security detail, sitting in a chair, just looking somewhat discombobulated and a little lost. I looked at Tony, and he had said, "Did you effing hear what happened in the Beast?" I said, "No, Tony, I just got back."
Why?
The Beast is the presidential limo, by the way.
Yeah. So she says, did you effing hear? Why did you have to put effing in? Like, who cares if he swore?
Yeah,
no kidding.
Effing you.
Hello. She's giving testimony. And if the guy said, "Did you fucking hear what happened in the Beast?" she's fucking saying exactly what he said, Jimmy. This is Straw Man 101, guys. Okay, he's starting right from the beginning. He's going to straw man. This is not even a valid point that he just made. It's not even a valid point. And he's going to do this for 33 minutes, is not make any valid points, and conclude that she's been debunked.
Did you effing hear what happened in the Beast?
And now he's also making fun of the way she spoke. Like, did you effing hear what happened in the Beast? Well, maybe the guy was like, "Hey man, did you fucking hear what happened in the Beast?" Maybe he was all fucking excited about it. And she's trying to portray the way he said it. Jimmy.
He's a big dab.
Let's keep going. I'll rip you apart, bro. Every fucking piece of straw you threw down. It's like you're getting paid to say certain things, Jimmy. Isn't that weird? It doesn't even make sense. What's your end game here, man? Why are you even doing it? Why smear her? Are you defending Donald Trump? Is that it? You got a thing for Donald Trump, bro. And I don't think you realize it. I think you got a man crush
Halfway
on,
through.
and I don't think you realize it. I think you're kind of closeted Trump fucking supporter.
More testimony, by the way.
Very, very good way to put it. Here we go.
Right across the whole.
Yeah, she's very breathy with her speech, right? Okay, here we go.
Well, so is Steph Zamorano. You ever listen to your wife speak? She's got a very breathy way she speaks. Jimmy Dore, you ever listen to your wife? What the fuck does that even mean? Another piece of straw. Let's keep going. Dude, we're not going to have a straw man. We're going to have the goddamn Burning Man straw man when we're done with this. We're going to have a giant straw man.
My mom is mad as hell at me right now.
Tony proceeded to tell me that when the president got in the Beast, he was under the impression from Mr. Meadows that the off-the-record movement to the Capitol was still possible and likely to happen, but that Bobby had more information. So once the president had gotten into the vehicle with Bobby, he thought that they were going up to the Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, "We're not, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing," the president had very strong, very angry response to that.
She starts smiling.
Right.
When she says that.
Right.
Yeah, and
because, once again, because he's the president of the United States acting like a big fat baby, and she's remembering how shocking it was to her when she remembers what it was like hearing that our dear leader acts like a 2-year-old when nobody's around.
You guys like this?
Why is she smiling?
Look at her
she,
face.
You know,
Is it the face of an honest person? Is she behaving like she's telling the truth?
No, she seems like an actress.
Really?
She seems like she's acting 100%.
No, that's an insult. You know,
Really? Because I would think
It's
that someone
defamation
who's
of character
acting,
is what he's
I
doing.
would think that, hey, D, what's up, brother? How's
He's
it going?
defaming
Derek
her. It's
McDonald is
horrible.
D Ditters. What's up, buddy? I lost my thought there. I lost my thought. I'm so sorry. Actress. Correct. Because she's an actress. Wouldn't she be more convincing, Jimmy? Your whole point has been she's so unconvincing. Well, you know, she was a paid actress. Wouldn't she be more convincing, and wouldn't she not be smiling and laughing about
Did
it? Wouldn't
she
be
not
very
have the
serious
job?
and very
Was
professional?
she
blah,
not
blah,
in
blah,
those
blah?
places? You know?
It doesn't even make sense. Yet another piece of straw. We'll keep going.
Wow,
Watch
I
some
said
of
that
those
so many times.
American
I
crime
wonder how many.
shows.
I
where they
should
do
put a
dramatic
number
court
count on the
scenes, they're going
screen
at- like
for how many
those
pieces
people
of
do
straw
much
every
better.
time I say another piece of
The
straw.
actors in those shows do
dumb.
much
That'd be
better.
Just
funny.
wait, bro.
So here we go. She's got more to say.
I've watched this entire video. Okay, I've seen the whole thing. I'm going to watch it through with you guys now. I'm going to tell you. But I'm telling you, I commented on parts of it yesterday. But I don't think we went through and watched this actual video together.
What the president did, as she giggles, and she's looking down to the left, which some people say is a sign she's lying.
Tony described him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded,
If she was lying at that point, Jimmy, why did 2 other Secret Service agents come out yesterday and say that they heard the exact same story?
"Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Renato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
It's clavicles?
It's clavicles.
And was Mr. Engel in the room
Is that a
as Mr.
euphemism?
Renato told you this story?
He was.
Hey, why don't you get off my clavicle? This guy's been busting my clavicle.
So
All day.
he grabs
Oh,
the guy
goddamn
around
day.
his
Why don't you
throat
suck
and
up
he
some
tries to get
clavicle?
the wheel with his other hand.
I got
He's a
something for you. How
psycho,
about some
man.
clavicle?
He's a freaking psycho.
I got something for you right here. What's that? My clavicle.
He motioned. He pressed a button and locked his dressing room door and motioned.
I just want to pause and say, yeah, Jimmy's fucking funny. So that douchebag on fucking Twitter that said Jimmy ain't funny, Jimmy's funny just when he's just riffing, dude. Unlike Lee Camp, who's not.
I'm gonna leave that in.
Clavicle.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree with any part of the story from Mr. Ornato?
Mr. Engel did not correct or disagree with
funny.
any part of the story.
It makes me laugh.
He
That's
did
why I
not.
watch
Did Mr.
him.
Engel or Mr. Ornato ever after that
And I do love
tell
him.
you that what
I love
Mr.
him.
Ornato
And I
had
hate
just
him.
said was untrue?
Neither Mr. Ornato nor Mr. Engel
No.
told me ever that it was untrue.
So they told her this. So by the way, this isn't her test. She's not giving you eyewitness testimony. She's telling you a story she heard from someone
Miss
else.
Bitch to you.
And it's not
Happy 420.
accurate.
Whoa. Just because you're relaying something you heard from someone else doesn't mean it's not accurate, Jimmy. Now, that is a piece of straw. Another piece of straw goes down on the straw man argument.
Another number
Bullshit.
goes up.
There's
Funny.
plenty of secondhand testimony
Ding.
that's
Ding.
accurate.
Ding. Ding.
Okay?
Ding.
Plenty.
Piece of straw. Ding.
So if you witness
Ding.
something, let's say I see a car accident, and then I go tell my sister, I'm like, I just saw this accident as a red Corvette hit a black truck, and everyone got killed. And then my sister goes to my brother-in-law. And
Happy
her husband
420
goes,
cheers all together.
Happy
Yeah.
420, brother.
My brother just saw an accident between a red Corvette and a black truck, and everybody was killed. Is that not accurate? It's secondhand testimony from my sister. She didn't witness it herself, and yet she said the exact same words that I said. She used the exact same words that I used. She even smiled the way I was smiling when I was all excited telling you about what happened in the Beast. Jimmy, straw, and none of it fits.
Ding.
The standard for witness testimony. Oh, this is what my friend told me.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Elon Musk allegation.
Miss Bitch to you.
That's right. Same thing
Did
with
I hear
Elon
you
Musk.
say there
It
were
was not the
Secret
girl who
Service
was
agents that
allegedly
spoke
sexually
publicly?
harassed by him, but a friend of the woman who was sexually harassed
They
by
said
him.
they heard the same thing.
And
they heard the same
that's
story
not
that she
credible,
heard.
nor is this. This is not credible. Why?
The story
Because
went
she's
around
not
the
giving
White
you
House.
eyewitness testimony. She's telling you a story someone else told her, and now, by the way, those people...
Dude, he's still going off on the same straw man point that makes no sense. I want you to realize that. And you would think that through the course of this, he would realize that he's not making any sense. Like, he'd figure it out and then he'd shut the fuck up.
that told her that story are disagreeing with her version of it.
This is called doubling down, everybody.
So here we go. Let's listen to more. You want to say something? Bombshell is not gossip or here's...
Look, not everything she testified to was bombshell gossip. I'm sorry. Not everything she testified to was secondhand information. Was hearsay. Not everything. She gave a lot of firsthand testimony, and he doesn't want to discuss that. Straw man. Boom. Another piece of straw. So he's been arguing now for 9 minutes, and he hasn't really made a valid point yet.
God,
established that
no
that's as
valid
good as
points
evidence
being
now.
made, really.
I guess that's as good.
Except that they
They're already
should
making
interview the
memes
other
about it.
agents.
Of course, he's got the Ukraine
got
flag,
tiny
on it,
hands.
and they're making a meme about it that it never happened.
He's got little
Why do
tiny
I know it
hands.
never happened? Because they never asked the Secret Service their side of the story. The committee, the January 6th.
Okay. Did you hear the statement that Jimmy just made while he was showing? This is very, very important. This is another piece of straw. This is massive.
Established that that's as good as evidence.
Look at the
now.
cartoon and listen to what Jimmy says.
A long time ago.
It shows
They're
him
already
lunging.
making memes about it. Of course, he's got the Ukraine flag colors, and they're making a meme about it that it never happened. Why do I know?
Jimmy just said it never happened. So, she literally said it happened, that she was told it happened. And he's saying, based on nothing, that it never happened. Now, you're going to listen to what he says proves that it never happened. Listen to this part.
never happened because they never asked the Secret Service their side of the story. The committee, the January 6th committee, they asked her to tell a story she heard from a Secret Service person, but they never contacted the Secret Service person. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you.
No, I'll tell you why. Because they know that Secret Service agents that work for Donald Trump are compromised. So they don't even want to hear from them. They don't believe them. They don't trust them. They don't want their testimony. Right? That's why. So, just because you work for the Secret Service, that doesn't mean you're a fucking angel like they were trying to say in the chat yesterday. It doesn't mean you're special, like you're superhuman. You're not. You're just as easily bought as anybody else. And if you drive Trump around for 4 years and you got to listen to him for 4 years, he might just get to you. He might buy you off. Who knows? But they're obviously not interested in what they had to say. That doesn't prove that what she said didn't happen, Jimmy. Another giant piece of straw here. That article right there, Secret Service, January 6th committee, didn't reach out before Hutchinson's explosive Trump testimony. Oh, well, that must mean that everything she says is a lie, Jimmy. Based on that?
Because it's a bullshit. What's that?
How is that a proper committee? You'd think if you collect testimony from someone that's secondhand, the proper next step would be to say, okay, now I'm going to interview that person.
Yes, and that's refuted by what I just said, and they don't trust those motherfuckers. They worked for Donald Trump for 4 years. They don't fucking trust him. Maybe they know what their reputations are. Who fucking knows? But she makes a good point. Yeah, you should go to the source. You should definitely go to the source. Subpoena them and fucking make them talk. Absolutely. Require them to speak.
Why would you want to interview the Secret Service on you when you have a young lady who grabs her neck and blinks a lot? I mean, doesn't that say credibility?
So, more straw man. He says that those tells prove that she's lying. That's bullshit. More straw manning. Okay, let's keep going. She did have a point, though. I will give her that one fucking point that she made. They should get the testimony from the Secret Service agents, no matter what I say about how unreliable they are because they worked for Donald Trump for 4 years. They still should subpoena those motherfuckers. And they should subpoena Donald Trump. Get him on the record.
Cassidy Hutchinson. Also, Peter Alexander, by the way, he's the big shot White House reporter from NBC News. He tweeted out this. A source close to the Secret Service tells me both Bobby Engel, the lead agent, and the presidential limousine SUV driver are prepared to testify under oath that neither man was assaulted and that Mr. Trump never lunged for the steering wheel. And then underneath it says, so basically the January 6th committee has nothing on Trump. Yes. Yes. Well, even if they do.
Okay, let's go over this tweet that Jimmy Dore agrees with and takes as gospel. A source close to the Secret Service tells me. So now her secondhand information, no good. His secondhand information, gospel. Jimmy, your own argument refutes what this guy says because it's secondhand information and he's not even revealing the source. She did reveal the source and she claimed it under oath. Huh.
I'm past where I got edited up to. I still haven't. I'm not going to be cutting it yet.
It also says prepared to testify under oath that neither man was assaulted and that Mr. Trump never lunged for the steering wheel. Great. Let's listen to the testimony.
Right? Don't you believe her? By the way,
bring him.
Here it is.
I agree. Bring him.
Service agent reportedly willing to testify Trump did not lunge at him.
Great. Bring him.
So,
dear,
let's hear it. Can't wait.
Senior Secret Service agents are reportedly prepared to testify.
Prepared
that Donald Trump did not lunge.
Yeah. I'm prepared to tell you I have an 18-inch penis.
Physically attack the chief of his security detail after his speech near the White House said January
I'm not going to tell you yet.
As
I'm not going to say it under oath, but I'm prepared to tell you.
Sworn testimony on Tuesday. So, Engel told investigators that he and Trump discussed Trump's desire to go to the Capitol and took different views on the topic. Engel noted that they went back to the White House instead of heading to Capitol Hill. Boy, it's all in the framing, isn't it? Because the guy who actually was there says they discussed different views on the topic, and eventually
we did watch this together, didn't we? We did watch this together, didn't we? We watched this together, didn't we? Because I'm almost positive I remember saying. So they agreed. They were in agreement. She was in agreement with this statement right here. Yeah, there was a problem in the vehicle. Oh yeah, and then I said, but there just seems to be some dispute over the intensity of his reaction to not being able to go to the Capitol, right? She said as he lunged for the thing. They said, well, there was discussion. She goes, yeah, there was discussion. There was a problem. He wanted to go. Yeah, we discussed.
That's not weird. That audio is weird, man.
Discussed it. Yeah, we did talk about this yesterday. So this, Jimmy points to it as if he says it proves her wrong, but it literally proves her right. Engel, right, the Secret Service agent, Engel, told investigators he and Trump discussed Trump's desire to go to the Capitol and took different views, meaning they disagreed on the topic. Oh, no. Yeah. Where's the end of the goddamn quote?
That's interesting. We really
Engel
should look that
they
up.
went back to the White House instead of
on
heading
Politico
to
and find
Capitol
out where's
Hill.
the end of that fucking quote.
That's a weird quote, isn't it? From Politico. There's no end quote there. I don't get it. It's almost like that statement has been fucking edited, guys. Why would Politico not put the end quote on?
Title of this video.
I almost want to go to Politico and see if that's been altered. I wish I had a producer right now, man. Oh my God, that's what you would be doing if you're my producer. You'd be going to Politico, you'd find this article, you'd Google those words right there, you'd find the article, and you would read and see if anything had been altered in that, and then you'd let me know. That'd be great. And I could keep doing my show and we could find out. It's just kind of weird, but anyway, what I am going to say is, whether that's been altered or not, it still definitely supports what she's saying, that she heard a story, that there was a problem in the beast, there was a problem, the president wanted to go to the Capitol, and they did. And that sworn testimony, or this, what he told investigators, which, when you're talking to investigators, you're probably, bound to have to tell the truth. He said, yeah, there was a problem, and he wanted to go one way. We had different views on where Trump was going to go. He points to it though, like it's I don't know. Let me know in the chat.
It's a buck.
You guys be able to keep up with all
landed
that?
on heading back to Capitol Hill. White House instead of Capitol Hill. That's a totally different story.
No, it's
than
not.
that woman just told.
No, it's almost
Big
the
Merc 83.
exact
Sup gang was cleaning my spray pump.
There's only
What's
one
good?
difference, and that's Trump's intensity. That's the only difference, Jimmy. It's the exact same story. I challenge you.
That's a completely different story, isn't it? And that's
No,
the guy
it's
she
not.
claims told her the story.
It's kind of cool.
Wow.
This guy says, don't be... So this guy's a law professor. He says, don't be distracted by claims of hearsay.
I kind of like it.
That goes to whether evidence can be admitted in
So
court,
weird.
not in Congress. Yeah, we don't have any standards in Congress. The key... Listen to what he says next, though. The key is that Hutchinson testified under oath. If she was lying, she faces felony charges. The same can't be said for those trying to discredit her testimony. She was...
That's a really good tweet.
Dude, I wonder if that's my, if that's how it sounds or not.
I totally agree with that tweet. Don't be distracted by claims of hearsay. That's what Jimmy's been saying. Oh,
That's weird if that's how the video is. I don't know, man. It's as far as I got. It sounds fucked up. I won't know, I guess, until I end this show if that has something to do with me broadcasting right now. It's a little bit aggravating, I must say. Can't fucking handle it. Ugh. Why, man? Fucking, it's always gotta be fucked up. That's why I hate making videos. I'll just have to end it early, make it shorter. I wanted to include all of this, but this audio is horrible. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Or if it's just the way my system is right now, it's doing it. Deer look funny when they're pissing and pooping. The deer's pooping. Pooping in my yard. God damn it. That's what's up, dude. I got these deer back here. $2. Same $2 that always come back here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I could bring that other camera up. Like that. Put that like that. So kind of like cheating. It's like cheating, man. That's cool. We're cheating the odds, man. So I got audio issues with my recording. It started like 25 minutes in.
Emaudatus.
And they should
The German Ministry of Commerce recommends now that companies in Germany should stock up on power generators.
Hutchinson. Also, Peter Alexander, by the way, he's the big shot White House reporter from NBC News. He tweeted out this. A source close to the Secret Service tells me both Bobby Engel, the lead agent, and the presidential limousine SUV driver are prepared to testify under oath that neither man was assaulted and that Mr. Trump never lunged for the steering wheel. And then underneath it says, so basically the January 6th committee has nothing on Trump. Yes. Yes.
Emaudatus. The audio problem is maybe
well,
from too
even if
low
they
RAM
do
during the cut of the video.
Let's go over this
Just a
tweet
guess.
that Jimmy Dore agrees with and takes as gospel. A source close to the Secret Service tells me. So now her secondhand information, no good. His secondhand information, gospel.
See, I could end it right there.
Jimmy, your own argument refutes what this guy says because it's secondhand information and he's not even revealing the source. She did reveal the source and she claimed it under oath. Huh.
I could end it right there. I could end it right there.
I believe all women, so I believe her.
It also says prepared to testify under oath that neither man was assaulted and that Mr. Trump never lunged for the steering wheel. Great. Let's listen to the testimony.
The audio's
right?
good
Don't
now.
you believe her? By the way,
bring him.
Here it is.
I agree.
Secret
Bring
Service
him.
agent reportedly willing to testify Trump did not lunge at him.
Great. Bring him.
So,
Bring him. Let's hear it. Can't wait.
Senior Secret Service agents are reportedly prepared to testify
Prepared
that
to.
Donald Trump did not lunge
Yeah.
for
I'm
the
prepared
wheel
to tell
of
you
his
I have an
vehicle
18-inch
or
penis.
physically
I'm
attack the
prepared
chief of his
to tell you
security
that I have an
detail
18-inch
after his speech near the White House on January
I'm not going to tell
6th.
you yet.
As a
I'm not going to say it
former
under
aide
oath,
said
but I'm
he
prepared
did
to tell
in
you.
sworn testimony on Tuesday. So Engel told investigators that he and Trump discussed Trump's desire to go to the Capitol and took different views on the topic. Engel noted that they went back to the White House instead of heading to Capitol Hill. Boy, it's all in the framing, isn't it? Because the guy who actually was there says they discussed different views on the topic, and eventually
We did watch this together, didn't we? We did watch this together, didn't we? We watched this together, didn't we? Because I'm almost positive I remember saying. So they agreed. They were in agreement. She was in agreement with this statement right here. Yeah, there was a problem in the vehicle. Oh yeah, and then I said, but there just seems to be
so
some
glad this isn't messed up.
Dispute over the
27
intensity
minutes
of
in.
his reaction to not being able to go to the Capitol. Right? She says he lunged for the thing. They said, well, there was discussion. She goes, yeah, there was discussion. There was a problem. He wanted to go. Yeah, we discussed it. Yeah, we did talk about this yesterday. So this, as Jimmy points to it, as if he says it proves her wrong, but it literally proves her right. Engel, right, the Secret Service agent, Engel, told investigators he and Trump discussed Trump's desire to go to the Capitol and took different views, meaning they disagreed on the topic. Oh, no. Yeah. Where's the end of the goddamn quote? Engel noted that they went back to the White House instead of heading to Capitol Hill. That's a weird quote in a quote, isn't it? From Politico. There's no end quote there. I don't get it. It's almost like that statement has been fucking edited, guys. Why would Politico not put the end quote on? I almost want to go to Politico and see if that's been altered. I wish I had a producer right now, man. Oh my God, that's what you would be doing if you were my producer. You'd be going to Politico, you'd find this article, you'd Google those words right there, you'd find the article, and you would read and see if anything had been altered in that, and then you'd let me know. That'd be great. And I could keep doing my show and we could find out. It's just kind of weird. But anyway, what I am going to say is, whether that's been altered or not, it still definitely supports what she's saying, that she heard a story that there was a problem in the beast, there was a problem, the president wanted to go to the Capitol, and they did. And that sworn testimony, or this, what he told investigators, which, when you're talking to investigators, you're probably, bound to have to tell the truth. He said, yeah, there was a problem, and he wanted to go one way. We had different views on where Trump was going to go. He points to it though, like it's. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. You guys able to keep up with all that?
They landed on heading back to Capitol Hill. White House instead of Capitol Hill. That's a totally different story
no, it's
than
not.
that woman just told.
No, it's almost the exact identical story. There's only one difference, and that's Trump's intensity. That's the only difference, Jimmy. It's the exact same
I'd make
story.
A great producer in the chat.
I challenge you.
That's a completely different
Dominic
story,
Leo.
And that's
no,
the guy
surrounded by
James
Keith says
Holder
I'd make a
story.
great producer.
Wow.
This guy says, don't be. So this guy's a law professor. He says, don't be distracted by claims of hearsay. That goes to whether evidence can be admitted in court, not in Congress. Yeah, we don't have any standards in Congress. The key, listen to what he says next, though. The key is that Hutchinson testified under oath. If she was lying, she faces felony charges. The same can't be said for those trying to discredit her testimony.
That's a really good tweet. I totally agree with that tweet. Don't be distracted by claims of hearsay. That's what Jimmy's been saying. Oh, it's hearsay. It's no good. This guy, Steve Vladek, he says, that goes to whether evidence can be admitted in court, not Congress. So whether or not it's hearsay, it doesn't matter. It's admissible. So, okay, you have no basis for calling it hearsay
Dominic
anymore,
Leo.
Jimmy. That's great. It takes
Yo, Nick.
the legs out from underneath that
Yo, bro.
that argument that you had. Totally. So now he says the key is that Hutchinson testified under oath. If she was lying, she faces felony charges. The same can't be said for those trying to discredit her testimony. Yeah, like those Secret Service agents that are claiming that they would testify, they're not testifying, are they? Not yet. I haven't heard them yet.
These are
So
like
this guy
our
makes
deer.
a really good point. He's just sticking to the facts.
Mom.
Let's hear what Jimmy has to say about this.
Because the guy said he frickin' didn't do that. And they're willing to testify.
So they're
So,
not going to have them testify.
but they're not yet. They just won't have those guys testify, so they're not going to prosecute her, even though she's lying.
He called her he just said,
Isn't that wild?
wow. He just called her a liar under oath.
32
Jimmy
minutes
Dore
in.
said she's lying.
Damn, it's still going.
Even though she's lying. Like, he somehow has some evidence that proves that she's lying. Wow, Jimmy just showed his hand. Right there. He just showed his ass. And if you guys want to know, that's at 12:58. Let's go from 12:54. Here's 12:54.
Not going to prosecute her, even though she's lying.
12:54 to 12:58.
That smug look on his
Slanders,
face.
bro.
Oh, he smears this woman.
If you weren't so hung up on fucking narrative all the time, you wouldn't have to worry about slander, bro. But you're so hung up on your fucking narrative. You don't even see your own goddamn truth anymore. It's sad.
Isn't that wild?
Sean, aka Trendy Orca.
First of all,
Hey,
tells
Nick.
Orca.
story,
This would
the
be a
way
good
she
time
told
to do
that
it.
story, as if she was going step by step in an
I
eyewitness
got 7
account.
deer in the
Then I
backyard.
entered to the
It's
left.
the same 7 deer.
I know.
And he proceeded to tell me the story that he had heard. And what I had heard is
What?
I entered and I went to the left, and then he started to tell me a story.
Kurt, nice piece of straw. It doesn't even make sense. Who tells a story like that? She's relating what she heard. I don't understand what you're saying.
and then they go.
But
It's
on
not
the
even-
other hand,
Go
it
ahead.
explains why she was so unconvincing.
Yes.
She was so flat, and it looked like she was trying to remember and she was laughing.
It looked like she was trying to remember. Wow, it's almost like you're taking the legs out from your own argument now. What was her name?
Anya or something?
Yes.
Then I entered to the left.
I know.
And he proceeded to tell me the story that he had heard. And what I had heard is
I entered and I went to the left, and then he started to tell me a story.
and then they go.
But on the other hand,
Go
it
ahead.
explains why she was so unconvincing.
Yes.
She was so flat, and it looked like she was trying to remember and she was laughing. She was trying not to laugh at her own.
Memory. Because she remembers how fucking shocking and funny it was that this was the president. It's borderline slanderous, isn't it? It's crazy. I don't understand Jimmy's. I don't understand. You know, the only thing that explains this is he's defending Donald Trump. He's trying to defend Donald Trump.
Performance.
Dominic Leo.
Because she
Looks
wasn't
like she was
telling a
well focused
firsthand
to me.
account. So that
Dude, I hate Joe Biden just as much as Jimmy Dore does. Why is it so hard for him to see the exact same thing in Donald Trump? You know?
inauthenticity was on full display just in her body language. But yeah, I mean, if I were a lawyer, I didn't go to law school, but I'm pretty sure that if I were building a case, I would never try to submit evidence based on secondhand testimony.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think you're all ignoring the fact.
Submit evidence based for a lawyer. I didn't go to law school, but I'm pretty sure that if I were building a case, I would never try to submit evidence based on secondhand testimony.
Really? You would never, ever do that? Ever? Really? Do you know how many times secondhand testimony is used in cases that get
Amadeus.
proven all the time.
I rip one on your good health. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
All the time. And then a jury listens and they have to take someone's word over someone else's.
Hey, Dami, you're here
Said-
again.
said
What's up,
cases.
buddy?
They have friends come in. Well, he
Yeah,
told me this, well,
she's
he
well
told me that.
focused, bro.
And the jurors have to listen. The judge has to listen. And these cases are based off of what other people say. They heard other people saying. You know, you ever heard of a domestic dispute?
Or divorce.
You know, you're in your apartment and you hear the husband beating the shit out of his wife next door. You call the police and say, "Yeah, I hear someone is beating up someone next door." That's secondhand testimony. I didn't hear from the victim. I heard it from someone else, a witness. Okay, well, what if I'm unable? What if I don't have a phone, and I go and I tell my fucking neighbor? And I'm like, dude, so-and-so's beating up so-and-so next door. And they get on their phone and they call the police and say, where did you hear this information? I heard it from the guy that lives next door to Mo. Well, that's secondhand information. I would never base anything off of that. Not in a court, at least. Please.
Yeah. I think you're all ignoring the fact that she did give specific details, like the clavicle.
That she did say
Clavicle. And she said that Trump said effing.
Effing.
So,
You gotta check this Secret Service guy for 2 clavicles. That'll put him.
Steph Zamorano was trying to throw down some straw that made no sense. Way to go, Steph. Way to pile on.
Tell us what the truth is. Did you see she would just say no? She goes, did he at this point disagree with the thing that the other man had said? And then she went, no, he did not disagree with the thing. It's just no. You just go, no.
I like that he says, don't be distracted by the claims of hearsay. That's like saying, don't be distracted by the fact that juicy gossip isn't actually evidence. Don't let that distract you. What are you, one of those nerds who nitpick science mistakes in Star Wars? Technically.
Once again, we're forgetting, Jimmy, it wasn't all hearsay, man. She gave firsthand testimony throughout that entire, throughout her entire, her testimony. It was firsthand, a lot of it. You know, why don't you cover some of that, Jimmy? Oh, that's right, you didn't watch any of it.
No sound in space. Shut up and enjoy the show. Aaron Mate caught this. He tweets out Peter Alexander saying that the Secret Service people are prepared to contradict that woman's testimony. And he says having Russiagate bombshell flashbacks again, because they said this was a bombshell.
Hey, Aaron, hey, Jimmy, don't be so quick to jump the gun until you see all the evidence, guys. You might be wrong on this one. She's given sworn testimony. You know, you keep forgetting that, both of you.
38 minutes.
That woman's
She
testimony.
went under
It's
oath,
not.
man. She didn't have to say anything.
Go ahead.
It's very similar to how
She didn't have to
at
put herself at
Russiagate,
risk.
We would wake up one morning and suddenly it'd be like Colonel Vindman.
Yes.
And Ambassador Yanukovych, like all these people that nobody
I wonder if I
knew
could put a
who
camera
they
on the screen.
were.
It'd be
Yeah.
so
No,
funny.
but suddenly they were like, oh my goodness, these are the most important. It's very similar to that, where suddenly I wasn't even paying
No, it's
attention
not.
to the news cycle.
It's
I
not
just
similar to that at all.
Cassidy
More
Hutchinson,
straw.
Cassidy Hutchinson, and
More
it was the
straw.
There's
same-
no comparison there, lady.
Yeah, Aaron, it was a
Anya,
flashback.
there's no
Yeah.
comparison.
Trump.
Yeah, it's like bombshell, and then you just
Mrs.
look at it for 5
Mrs.
seconds, and you see all the
Anya-
facts in
Anya,
the story, and there's no evidence.
Blumenthal.
And that's exactly what happened here. It's
Mrs.
a big
Blumenthal.
gushy, it's a big juicy story, and then as soon as you look at it, it falls apart. There's nothing to it, and there's no evidence.
Oh, Fawn just laid
Aaron
down in the
Mate, what
backyard.
he connects to here. So
He's talking about one thing that she said. He's like, it's a big story. The one thing where he lunged at the wheel. A lot of shit that she said is a big story, you know. And you're clouding all of that with this one point that you disagree with. More straw.
this is debunking the bombshell,
God.
and then here's Democracy Now! Repeating it.
Right. So it didn't debunk anything, Jimmy. This was 16 minutes in. Okay. This is Jimmy saying that that her testimony has been debunked.
Bombshell, and then here's Democracy Now! Aaron Mate, but what he connects to here. So he shows this is debunking the bombshell here. So he shows this is debunking the bombshell, and then here's Democracy Now! Repeating it. This is debunking the bombshell. This is debunking the this is debunking the this is debunking the bomb.
No, it's not debunking anything. A source close to the Secret Service tells me Both Bobby, the lead agent, and the president limousine SUV driver are prepared to testify under oath that neither man was assaulted. Mr. Trump. Okay, that's what they're prepared to say. Let them say it. It hasn't debunked anything. And even when they say it, it still hasn't debunked anything that she said. Let's hear from the other 2 Secret Service officers that said they heard the same exact fucking story. Let's hear from them, Jimmy. You're not mentioning them, are you? Oh, you didn't know about them yet, did you? I wonder if you're going to mention them on today's show. You could do like a holiday special, a big 4th of July blow-up special, Jimmy, where you expose yourself and have a bunch of fireworks going off in the background while you expose yourself for all the straw you fucking threw down on this.
See, now repeating it. So this is because Aaron used to work at Democracy Now.
I got bit by a deer.
And Democracy Now, who Jimmy Dore hates, they become a legitimate source for him now because they agree with something that he thinks.
Aaron, it's especially acute the pain he feels when he sees Democracy Now being so shitty. And Amy Goodman and Democracy Now has been bent on misreporting foreign policy as hard as they possibly can and stuff like this.
All 3 fawns are laying down now.
So if it has anything to do with Trump, Democracy Now is going to on purpose mislead their own viewers. Which is what they did with Russiagate, which is what they did with Syria, and Amy Goodman and Democracy Now won't even have Aaron Mate on.
It's true.
That's how bad. So they got somehow compromised over at Democracy Now. And you decide which donor did it. But this is garbage again, and he's pointing it out. And tip of the hat to Aaron Mate.
For what?
Liz Cheney. The case for prosecuting Donald Trump just got much stronger.
It did. It did get
so
stronger.
She's already tweeting it out. There's already got.
She's campaigning for presidency.
She's doing
That's
something.
all she's doing.
I'm almost positive we watched this together yesterday. Does anybody remember?
The case for prosecuting Donald Trump just got much stronger.
But this is better because it's got the
new
title.
testimony may have produced a smoking gun. May have. May not.
You guys hear the ice cream truck?
True.
Let me know if you hear the ice cream truck.
Big if true.
43 minutes. Holy shit.
Today, I would like to show you 70 ingenious projects.
Miss Bitch to you. Yes, we did.
That's fun.
As we heard yesterday, White House counsel Pat Cipollone had significant concerns re Trump's January 6 activities. It's time for Mr. Cipollone to testify on the record. Any concerns he has about the institutional interests of his prior office
Miss Bitch to you.
outweighed by the need
Just
for his
stop
testimony.
driving.
Now,
We
let me
did,
ask
but who
you this
cares?
on
You
this.
heard the ice cream
Is
truck?
she suggesting
Top of the
that
hour,
his
time to smoke.
lawyer testify against Trump? Is that what she's saying? White House counsel. So that would mean a guy
What if
who
there's
was
any
acting
deer
as
in
a
the
lawyer
yard?
for Trump. She wants him
7
to come
right now.
testify against his client. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, which I don't think.
How do you even do that
the
legally?
standards are-
No, not over there.
exactly. Well, apparently standards are different in Congress. I assume that in court you're actually not allowed to do that. But as they all said, don't be distracted by rational thoughts and questions about.
Why is she saying that to him? Because of this story that the what's her name? Chipperson. What's her name?
Chipperson. He
Yes,
says Chip.
yes.
We watched this together.
Cheers.
I remember
Dominic
watching this
Rio.
with you guys. Chipperson.
Cheers.
Is she related
Cheers.
to this?
That's so funny that he said Chipperson.
Yeah, 2 last names. So why wouldn't they just get those guys in the story and not his lawyer? Like, or is this a separate thing they want the lawyer to talk about?
This is probably a separate thing they want the lawyer to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So Cali train wreck in
But I
my
just thought that was
bowl.
outrageous that she wants his former lawyer. I thought it was crazy.
No law regarding
And
cannabis.
you could
Cheers,
hear
everybody.
in Liz Cheney's voice that, the timbre of her father advocating for torture. You can hear it.
That's such a
Well,
cringy
that's
thing.
what's
It's
so
true
funny
though. I
about
hate
this.
her.
It's going
I hate
full
Liz
circle.
Cheney.
When we are talking about lying to Congress
Oh,
under
top of the hour,
oath,
cheers.
or lying under oath before the United
Top
States.
of the hour, cheers.
That was the way that the Bush administration sold its war in Iraq. You can imagine Colin Powell standing there with his weapons of mass destruction, claiming that this was definitive proof that we needed to go to war in Iraq. And now you have the spawn of that administration, Liz Cheney, carrying on this legacy of political theater, kind of just designed to, in this case, distract the public, but also behind it is, of course, it's the same.
Oh, now
It is
fawn,
very, it's exactly an
3 fawns
extension
and
of
a
the
dove laid
Russiagate.
down.
hearings,
Poor dear
all
laying
designed
down
to delegitimize Trump and cast him as some anomaly within the U.S. state. He's somehow very evil and opposed to like our grand tradition of American exceptionalism.
The irony of Liz Cheney trying to get a former president thrown in jail who isn't her father is the irony is not lost on me. That her father's a much bigger war criminal than Donald Trump.
Right. It's true.
Criminal, yeah.
Just criminal, period.
Do you think that that this is all because like Cheney had her grown so he could do a get out on her and put it, you know, she will one day house his wicked spirit, like
I'm not following what you're saying. All of this out.
You didn't see Get Out? Was she gonna they transplant the brains? Like she's gonna just be the vessel for Cheney's brain to keep him alive.
Son, just do the editing.
I did see that movie.
It's not that
Is that
hard.
for Key and Peele guy?
Yeah, Key and Peele.
Yeah. So watch this. So now she tells this story.
So 47 minutes in, he starts again.
Oh wait, hang on.
40.
Why isn't it working?
47.
Oh, wait.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, I have one more story to tell. But before we get to that, there was also some controversy over in her testimony. She said that she had made a handwritten note. I didn't watch this, but
I gotta
this is
cut
what- there's
all that
controversy
shit
about
out
it,
of
because
there,
I was
man.
looking it up and I read this. It said the handwritten note that Cassidy Hutchinson testified was written by
Yeah,
her.
none of that's really.
So whether or not it's hearsay, it doesn't matter.
Joseph
It's
Porras.
admissible. So
Hello,
okay,
Nay, how's it going,
you
sir?
have no basis for calling it hearsay anymore, Jimmy. That's great. It takes the legs out from underneath that argument that you had. Totally. So now he says the key is that Hutchinson testified under oath. If she was lying, she faces felony charges.
Dude, this is
The same
31
can't be
minutes.
said
I
for
said
those
at
trying to
38
discredit her
minutes I was
testimony.
still fucking
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like those Secret Service
testify.
Just Sanders, bro.
So one can.
What was her money? It was. I don't understand. You know, the only thing that explains this is he's defending Donald Trump.
Right, I need this in here. So
The victim. I heard it from someone else, a witness. Okay. Well, what if I?
God damn, I gotta leave all this in. That's right.
Distract you.
38 minutes in.
He tweets out Peter Alexander saying that the Secret Service people are prepared to contradict that woman's testimony.
Wow.
And he says having Russiagate bombshell flashbacks again because they said this was a
Hey,
bombshell.
Aaron, hey, Jimmy, don't be so quick to jump the gun until you see all the
Still
evidence,
going,
guys.
39
You
Joseph
might be
Porras.
wrong on this one. She's
Sharing
given
love on both
sworn
here and
testimony.
YouTube. Good sir, how are you
You
today?
keep forgetting
Joseph,
that,
what's up,
both
buddy?
of you.
That woman's
She went
testimony
under
is
oath,
not.
man. She didn't have to say anything.
Go ahead.
It's very similar to how
She didn't have to
at
put herself at
Russiagate,
risk.
We would wake up one morning and suddenly it'd be like Colonel Vindman.
Yes.
And Ambassador Yanukovych, like all these people that nobody
Ever
knew
heard
who
of.
they were.
39 minutes,
But suddenly
okay.
they
I'm
were
getting
like,
quiet
oh my
here. I
goodness,
wonder
these
if
are
I
the most
stop.
important. It's very similar to that, where suddenly I wasn't even
No,
paying
it's
attention
not.
to the news cycle.
It's not similar to that at all.
Cassidy
More
Hutchinson,
strong.
Cassidy Hutchinson, and
Okay,
it was the
no.
There's
same-
no
it was the
comparison there,
same-
lady.
Yeah, Aaron, it was a
Anya,
flashback.
there's no
Yeah.
comparison.
Trauma.
Yeah, it's like bombshell,
39,
and then
30.
you just look at it for 5 seconds and you see all the cracks
mean-
in their story, and there's no evidence. And that's exactly what happened here. It's a big juicy story, and then as soon as you look at it, it falls apart. There's nothing
Billy
to it, and there's no
Valentine.
evidence.
I wonder how
Aaron
Jimmy
Mattei,
explains
what
his
he
white nose
connects
hairs to his
here-
fraternity.
He's talking about one thing that she said. He's like, it's a big story. The one thing where he lunged at the wheel. A lot of shit that she said is a big story, you know. And you're clouding all of that with this one point that you disagree with. More straw.
40 minutes.
This is
40 minutes.
debunking the
Still
bombshell,
talking.
and then here's Democracy Now! Repeating it.
Right. So it didn't debunk anything, Jimmy. This was 16 minutes in. Okay. This is Jimmy saying that that her testimony has been debunked.
Oh my God, dude!
Michelle.
I've got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to do this right now. Holy shit! I've got so much editing to do on this. There's so much. Oh my God. All right. I don't know if it should be that long. It's way too long. It's way too long. It's already 40 minutes long. But I hope you guys enjoyed the hour. I will see you guys tomorrow. Most likely not tonight. I don't think tonight. But if I see you tonight,
Doc Holland Daisy. Hashtag keep it open. Miss Bitch to you. Hashtag keep it open. Emaudatus. Hashtag keep it open.
Keep it open. Keep it open. Yeah, you guys are great. I love you guys. I got deer in my backyard. That's happening right now. It's like Africa, dude. This backyard's like freaking Africa. It's crazy, man. I wonder if a bear came out of the woods, if the deer would move, if they just stay there. You know? It looks like the Sudan. It's like the goddamn Sudan.
Miss Bitch to you. Damn. I just got home and can finally join.
Oh. I've just done an hour show. There's 7 deer on screen. But it's zooming in on that leaf right there. I mean, it's focusing on that leaf, I should say. Maybe if I go like this. Like that. I'll stop focusing on that thing. It's so weird looking. It's all lit up. Looks like it's infrared or some shit. Oh, is that one laying down? Boom! The buck lays
Doc
down.
Holland Daisy. Better luck
Dude.
next time, Miss Bitch to you.
6 deer are laying down. Just 1 to go, man. He's walking up. He's looking for a spot. He's sniffing around. He's like, I like this little spot. We're all going to lay down here in the rain.
Miss Bitch to you. Wow, awesome, they look so comfortable.
I know, look at them all. They're just chilling. The thing is, you just leave them alone when they're out there, you know?
Billy Valentine. Wait. Shit fuck cock pee pee wiener butthole deer scrotum booby nipple butt ripple sipple a cow teat dribble tainty dainty vagina lip drip pins dropping on a greasy throbbing knob.
Okay.
Miss Bitch to you. I know right, Doc.
Okay. So, is he gonna lay down? What's up, dude?
Emaudatus. Maybe soon you have so many of them they are mowing the lawn for you.
I know, right? Like goats. They are gonna sleep there, man.
Emadatus. They found their new safe S, I think. Bazarav 2. Is that deers?
Bazarov,
Big Merc
yeah,
83.
those are deer.
Hashtag keep it open. Billy Valentine. Johnny 5. Alive.
Alive. Number 5. Alive. Number 5. Alive. Wouldn't you like...
Bazarav 2. Do they eating your plants?
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Dominic Leo. The deer no nay is back and come to get the best grass.
Hope they eat up all the clover and crabgrass and leave the St. Augustine. Lawn is so nice.
Miss Bitch to you. Happy 710 trendies.
Happy,
Cheers.
Happy 710, you guys. You guys. Happy 710, you guys. I like to see my friends.
Billy Valentine.
You guys.
Fun fact, Short Circuit was filmed in the Goonies neighborhood. Astoria, Oregon.
Astoria, Oregon.
Doc Holland Daisy. Cheers.
Wow, the same neighborhood. The Goonies and Short Circuit. The male deer is walking up to the other male deer and cleaning it. The one that's laying down.
Emadatus. Cheers.
He's cleaning all the deer.
Kimberly
are there.
J.
The
Starks.
does are there, but he's
Hi,
cleaning the
Nay.
other male. He's looking at the. He's looking at the fawns.
Miss Bitch to you. I watched up last night.
I wonder if he's gonna lay down a big one. I bet you if it starts raining anymore, he'll lay down. Stay out of that fucking fire ant pile back there, bro. Giant ant hill, man, in my backyard. Fire ants. Kimberly, hello. You watched Up last night? Don't look up. Or Up, that's something different. Oh my goodness gracious. What you gonna do, bro? You gonna lay down? I hear thunder. I want to go out and look at the dam. It's so nice out there. Before it starts raining too hard, I think it's gonna rain. But anyway, you guys are great. I love you all. I will see you later. Take care. And all that good stuff.
Billy Valentine. Washing up should probably be a daily thing.
Probably. I would think so. Especially when you get these rains every day. But they got the creek too. They can lay down in the creek. Shit. I love that damn creek, man. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, most likely. I don't think tonight. It's kind of late. I don't know if I'll do a late show. I don't know. I'll see. And just FYI, those of you guys whose chats remain up after I close the show, I still hear this thing talking. It's hilarious. So if you feel like still chatting just to mess with me, I'll hear it after I turn off the show. All right. Bye, guys.